Morning guys, I woke up to some bad news this morning. We've had a fox attack. It's not a big one. Well, I say it's not a big one. It's not a big one in terms of number of animals affected, but somehow, and we only think this is the case, we think a fox has gotten into where we keep our ducks and chickens, our meat chickens and meat ducks in the wood. So we're going to go up and assess the situation now. My wife's come in and let me know what's happened, and our cock up there, our cock bird, is apparently in a very bad way and needs to be basically put out of his misery, and hopefully in a way that we'll be able to salvage the meat. And well, I haven't looked yet, so I don't know what I'm facing. So a quick word, if there's any vegans watching, I know there's a few vegans that follow my channel, and this might be a video you want to skip. Completely up to you. I know that there are some guys that watch my channel that are vegans that are quite interested in how I deal with my livestock, and then there are others that probably aren't, and I completely understand that and respect it. So fair warning now. I'm not sure what this video is gonna contain. I really don't know. Also got my vaccine yesterday, and I was absolutely adamant. I was determined that I was going to be one of the people who didn't get any side effects, as my wife will tell you. And I went to bed last night and I was absolutely so cold, shivering. And usually in our relationship, my wife's the cold one, aren't you, love? And so I think she enjoyed at least a little bit turning to me and saying, "Now you know how I feel." But I was absolutely freezing, shivering. I had a hot water bottle for the first time in over a decade at least, and an extra blanket. And I woke up this morning, I'm feeling quite lightheaded and a little bit dizzy, but we'll be all right. My wife's just doing some strimming. Thank you. So me and my wife are going to go and have a quick look now and see what's up, and then I'll catch up with you guys in just a second and work out where we go from here. So it was a fox strike, and we're actually quite proud of him. He put up a hell of a fight. He must have. He was in a really sorry state this morning. But how we protect this area, you see we've got this big 6 foot tall fence, and then at the bottom we've got chicken wire, which then goes down and out onto the ground so nothing can dig through. And then we've also got, if you can see it out there, an electric fence that runs about a foot away all the way around. That keeps the fox away. Well, we found a little area where the electric fence was a bit too far away, so the fox has been able to sort of jump it and then get inside, and just through extreme bad luck, there was a bit of chicken wire missing there as well, so he's been able to dig in. And so he's taken the female, and the male had a really good go at defending both of them. So like I say, we're quite proud of him. We've had cocks in the past that have we actually, at our old house where we had hens, we had a Pekin cock. It's not funny, but because it was a long time ago with hindsight, we had some Pekins, and the fox got in and ate all the girls. Well, as far as we were away, yeah, every chicken we had. Only 3 or 4, and then about a week later the cock turned up again. He must have just ran off. Anyway, so I'm going to I've dispatched this bird now, this meat bird. We're going to clean it up and then put it in the fridge so that at least he hasn't gone to waste. He was only about a year old, so it'll be good meat, it'll be decent meat. One more rather embarrassing factoid I have to share with you guys. So we've got a pair of ducks in here, and they were pet ducks somewhere else. They were pet ducks for someone that my wife works with, and for whatever reason they decided they couldn't have them anymore. I don't know if you remember them arriving. We offered to rehome them, and at the time they were quite young, and we were told they were a pair, a male and a female. And I'll be honest, I mean, I haven't really, my wife comes around and does all the feeds in the morning. I haven't really had reason to come in here for a little while, and my wife hasn't really thought about it, because why would you? And in the last couple of days she started saying, "Carl, I think they might both be boys," because we're waiting for our duck eggs. The idea was these were going to be a laying pair and give us duck eggs that we could raise for meat, and we're pretty sure they're both boys. And we've nursed them right through the winter. Correction, my wife has nursed them right through the winter, and our meat birds. And just as soon as we hit the spring, the meat chickens get taken out by the fox, and we discover that the ducks are both boys. So I'm not sure where we'll go from here. I think my wife's inclination is definitely to get some Muscovy girls to go in with them. And I'm not against that. I just feel it's a difficult morning to think about bringing in new stock, you know, when you've had a fox attack, when you've lost stock to, you know, ultimately what is your fault. It's a difficult time to start thinking about bringing in more stock. But we should see where we go in the next few days. So I've got the next few minutes assigned to break down this bird. So I've butchered the cock bird, and he's now in the fridge, and he was a nice big size. I won't lie, I really struggled a little bit with it. I'm really not very not with it today, if I'm honest. What we won't do is cook that bird straight away. We'll cook it tomorrow, and the reason being, according to Carla Emery in her book The Encyclopedia of Country Living, which is one of the books I highly recommend of all the books that I have on homesteading and things of that nature. In fact, let me show you how many I've got. So this is my bookshelf here, and these are all pretty much homesteading books. Not so much over here, but all of this shelf, and a few over here, including this one, and some of those down there as well. But of all the books that I recommend, this is the one I recommend most, and it's just amazing. And anyway, in there, Carla Emery says that one of the reasons that people sometimes butcher a chicken at home and then cook it and then think, oh my god, it doesn't taste very nice, is because they haven't allowed rigor mortis to set in and pass. So and it takes a different amount of time for different animals. So we leave chickens at least 24 hours here. So that'll probably be tomorrow's tea, or it may end up in the freezer. We shall see. Speaking of which, something I've been meaning to do for quite a while, actually, guys, is show you my fridge. That is to say, show you my homesteading fridge. Now, we're lucky enough to have room for 2 fridges, and we kind of need 2 fridges. This is our basic standard family fridge. It's got, we do have some of our goat's milk in here, and, you know, leftovers from other meals and stuff. So, you know, we still, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. But specifically, Dad's fridge, as it's referred to here, has got a very different look to it. We've got down here, this is meat that I've taken out the freezer and is currently defrosting. So we've got some reduced fish there. Look at that. That would have been £6 at full price. I've got it for £1.50. Some pork from the pig that I butchered recently. Now that back there is lamb fat from some lamb that we cooked, that we sell. We've got some leftover white wine that I cook with sometimes. Kombucha, goat's milk. Down here we've got tomatoes from last year that I've just brought out the freezer. We've got that cock bird that I've just butchered is actually down in here, if you're interested. And up the top we've got sausage meat that I made back in the winter, and pork fat that we've rendered. A couple of shop bought beef mince that I'm making tea with tonight. And then down here we've got, over here we've got some goat's cheese, which I've made and is maturing. Down here we've got some more goat's cheese, goat's milk, sourdough starter. This is caramelized whey, so whenever I want caramel, I use, or, you know, flavors like that, I use this. Goat meds and brine. You can reuse brine. So we save our brine. It reaches a limit when it's not good anymore, but you can reuse it several times. Got our rennet here for making cheese and yogurts. And Dad likes really hot food, so I get given a lot of really hot, spicy chili sauces for my birthdays and Christmas, and they always end up in this fridge. So that's my Dad's fridge, or homesteading fridge, however you want to look at it. We've also got 2 freezers, so we've got family freezer and the chest freezer, which again sometimes gets referred to as Dad's freezer because it's full of animals that we've raised here and meals that I've made. We've got a freezer almost full, actually, of ready meals from around the world that have all been prepared in this kitchen. I'm really quite proud of that, and sourdough and stuff like that. So that's a quick look in my fridge and freezers. I'm not sure where the rest of the day is going to take me, but I think I'm going to wrap this video up now, and I might head back to bed for a little bit. I'm not feeling 100%. I feel terrible because in my head, so the people who get side effects from this COVID jab, so if you look at the actual research, only 1 in 10 people get the side effects from this COVID jab, and It feels like everybody gets it. And it feels like everybody goes into having their jab with the mindset, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get side effects. And I think that can perhaps induce them, the placebo effect is real. So I went in not even thinking about side effects, thinking I'm definitely not going to get any. And I was wrong. Don't know what else I can say. I feel pretty rubbish. But yeah, so this is going to wrap me up. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will speak to you soon, I'm sure. Cheers.